Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Friday, October 10th, 2025, and we're doing a general collective reading. It's a timeless read. I don't use the signs, I don't use the genders because it's all energy anyways. So if this is your reading, you're free to switch the genders and the roles if you need to. Please use your higher wisdom and discernment. Only take what applies and toss the rest, okay? Not every read's going to be for you. It's virtually impossible. So I know it's easy to forget, but just only take what you're already familiar with and leave the rest, please. Thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you. I love you guys so very much. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk about now. You guys are great. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the highest white light. What's the message for the collective at this hour? Okay, thank you. Happy. 26. 8. Strength and courage, resilience, integrity, loyalty, honesty, in control. Pride. You're very proud. Be proud, not prideful, but be very proud. Okay, or somebody's proud of you. That's the overarching energy. Bottom of the deck. Wow, it goes hand in hand. Peace and happiness. Higher powers involved. There's a peace dove here. This could be a knowledge branch. Somebody wants to make peace with you. Something new is hatching. This is spirit. Spirit's all over this. Whatever this is. Could be a new relationship, a marriage. It could be a contract that you're going to win. You could be spiritually high ranking, divine stepping in. This is belief, tradition, something like that. It could be therapy. It could be anything. Underlying energy. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love it for you. Oh, so somebody's found out. Maybe they never believed in a higher power. Now they do. We're finding peace here. Something to do with corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. Somebody was a bully and a tyrant. Maybe at one point they never believed in God or didn't have a higher power or, didn't think about it maybe. Didn't grow up in it. Didn't, was never introduced to a higher power. I mean, if you don't believe in God, that's fine, but believe in a higher power at least. Something that gives you a moral compass. Keeps you on track at least. But somebody was dealing with corruption here. Somebody was very distorted. Didn't go by the book. Okay, this is a crooked judge or leader or spiritual leader. Somebody didn't go by the book here. This was an imbalance that was created or caused. Chop wood. It could be a third-party situation, a contract, or a belief system. Elevating, ascending, making the right choice. You could be going towards a higher level soulmate connection. There's serendipity. Tapping into your intuition. So maybe you are religious. Maybe you were religious, now you're more spiritual. Or maybe you were spiritual or didn't believe at all, and now you're religious. You go different ways. But you're getting a lot of serendipity here. A lot of numbers, maybe names. You're hearing names and or songs. Maybe something's happening as if by luck, but it's not. It's not by luck. It's for a reason. 18, that's 9, finding something out, going within, doing that soul work. So you went within and did some soul work. Tapped into your higher wisdom. You're busy cleaning out your closet now, making room for new. That could be it too. So you're leaving a community or somebody else is leaving a community. Somebody has no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. They can't control you any longer. Disempowering. Somebody wanted to disempower you, wanted to dominate you, but they can't control you any longer, whoever this is. Somebody's afraid. All that glitters is not gold. You avoided catastrophe. Somebody wanted to ruin you or they feel ruined. Fool's gold here. Somebody was wearing a mask. They were greedy and selfish. They were a liar with Pinocchio nose here. Somebody went right to the edge. Finding out there's an investigation. Somebody's asking why. There's no why. Why? I don't know. You bossed up, took back your power. Why you? Why them? Why whatever, right? You could be a divine masculine energy, male or female. You have authority. You have power. You're making the right choices here. Protecting your throne. Yeah, there's a third party or you've ascended. Somebody was sleeping on you. Time for a nap. It's time to take a rest here. You were dealing with a sly fox. Maybe doing moon magic. Every moon cycle. No use in asking why. Somebody just didn't want you to have peace. This is not your soulmate. This is maybe a karmic soul tie. Right? again, distorted. 41 is it's a divorce or separation. Somebody that committed a crime, they're involved in corruption. They give out false and misleading information or bad counsel. Crooked judge or leader or spiritual leader. No faith. Regeneration. This is fated. Scorched earth. Somebody's getting purified. They have to walk through this fire. They're getting baptized by fire. You have been baptized by fire. I firmly believe, and that's not for everybody, but I firmly believe when you've gone through harrowing experiences, okay, and you survived it. I mean, really harrowing situations, and you survived it. And you don't know how the hell you survived. Some people have survivor's guilt, but once you make it out, that you start thinking there must be something out there. Why did I survive? Why did I make it when other people didn't? You understand what I'm saying? Maybe you're getting closer to God. Maybe you're finding faith. I don't know. And, you know, different denominations, they call God maybe by a different name. It's fine. As long as you call on God, right? It's the same God. So happy 28. You're going to find your happy here. There's a covenant between you and God. There's a promise, or you're going to make a promise towards God. Promise of marriage, maybe. Peace and happiness. Where are we going with happy number 26 here? Emotional outburst ahead. Because you're too happy for somebody, I guess. I don't know. They don't like that. There's a phone call that changes everything. Somebody wants peace now. They want to make peace. They want to bridge a gap. They want to give you an olive branch. There's a message is coming that you do not want to hear. Either you or someone else. Someone's stubborn here. Taurus. You or someone else is a Taurus. Something took place in Taurus season. Somebody lit a match under somebody's ass. Maybe, I don't know. Something's lit. They want to make you angry. They want to set you off. Somebody could have been playing with matches. It could be arson. This could be, owls represent wisdom, yes, but also death. Somebody's looking at you. Or you're looking at somebody. Are you nuts? Something to do with the last 6 months or the next 6 months. Take it for whatever that is. Somebody doesn't want responsibility. You could be at Aries. They're at Aries, or something took place in Aries season. They really miss you a lot. They have serious regrets for hurting you. They've done this before and will continue to do so. So somebody's vacillating, going back and forth. Or maybe it's just more lies. I don't know. Take it for whatever it is. It seems to be somebody's all over the page. All over the place here. They don't know what to think. They don't know what to say to you, maybe. Maybe they're rehearsing various things they could be saying to you because of what they've done. I don't know. It's weird. Let's see. What did they do? I don't want that deck. That's only if you know if it's a crime. I'm not sure if it's a crime yet. Dealing with criminals, I don't know. Or just liars. I don't know if it has anything to do with the first read or second read. It could have. I suggest you just listen to all the reads and make that assumption whether they're connected or not, right? It can be. So we have happy 26, emotional outburst ahead. So somebody's birthday could be on the 26th. I know my mother's was on the 26th and my son's on the 26th. Emotional outburst ahead. Where are we going with this? Inferno. So somebody's walking through it. They're going through it. They might be going to jail. They're really feeling stuck. Chaos, job loss, and everything crumbling. Or this is what they caused in your life. Or this is what they're experiencing. Kind of sounds like the last two reads. Something to do with a soul contract, soulmates, partnership, and spiritual union. Someone's unemployed. They maybe try to make you unemployed. They're broke, fired, living beyond their means. They want to pop up on you here. Surprise visit, reaching out in person. Whoa, no. Okay. So I just flashed on somebody I know or knew of in the past, a long time ago. They lost their job. They didn't pay their rent. They lost their home because they were negligent, right? No other reason. They didn't spend wisely. But anyways, I digress. They were very toxic, very karmic. And they showed up at somebody's front door demanding to be let in and to stay there. They kind of turned it on this person saying it was all their fault, and it wasn't their fault why they were homeless. But this person couldn't say no. So that's what I was flashing on. So just be careful. That's why I went, oh, no, no, no. Just be careful. Okay, they might show up on your doorstep and claim that they have nowhere to go and it's your fault. They're in trouble. And they want a place to stay, or they need money, and you better come through for them. Okay, what deck do you want? Oh boy, Spirit, you're all over the place right now. I am. Where are we going with this one? What is the message here? Happy, happy, 28, emotional outburst. So because you're happy, somebody's going to have an emotional outburst. They're going through hell. They really wanted you to go through this. They tried to cause this chaos for you. And it's right where they are. Witches and warlocks. They were doing magic, so it's a backfire. Practitioners, cults, covens, secret societies. Friend. Your friend's involved? A friend of a friend. I know a friend. I know a guy. Yeah, okay. Or they claimed you were a witch or a warlock and it was bullcrap. There's a lot of distrust here. Somebody's guilty, or they're trying to make you look guilty. They're dangerous. They did dangerous things, said dangerous things, baited you, or you're the spiritual bait, or they got baited. Courage and bravery. Fortune favors the brave and the bold. So you're very courageous. Mental illness. They could have said you had mental illness, or because they were playing in your energy, they could come down with mental illness. Somebody's a player. Played a lot. It's a thief. There's theft involved here. Somebody needs their head examined, or somebody's examining the whole situation here. They try to exploit you. They're in poor health, or try to exploit that you had health problems, but they blew it up. I don't know. Maybe they did magic already. Maybe you had some sort of health problems, but they weren't that bad. I mean, not minimizing anything, but they were trying to make them worse. Somebody's a bully. Manipulation. They targeted you. They're a clown. And they caused death and endings here. They're in a great deal of pain. They caused a lot of pain. Corruption, advice, smear campaign, and devalue. They try to devalue you, all right? And they're responsible for it because they were jealous. Something to do with social media and the platform. Spiritual or physical hygiene. Something to do with that. They weaponized something against you, or said they had one, or said you had one. Weaponized spirituality. I don't know. There's a fight, though. Evidence and proof of what was going on, or they need evidence and proof to follow this, to see this through. Someone's very greedy. It's a cover-up. They're trying to cover this up. They were ignorant. They did ignorant and said ignorant things about you. Something to do with travel. They could have left you high and dry with no money, stole money, and traveled the world. Something to do with an infant and a child, yours or someone else's. Children's aid's involved, or they could claim that you called children's aid on somebody and you didn't. Somebody loves to call children's aid here. Social services here. Someone's busy comparing themselves to you. Something to do with wealthy. They wanted to be wealthy. They thought they'd be wealthy off of this, or they built some sort of wealth off of these games they play with people, not just with you. Bribery, addiction. They bribed people to say you had addictions. Custody and child support during the custody and child support hearing. Neglect. They said you were neglectful. No, they were neglectful. They wanted fame or celebrity, or this is what's going to happen. They did so much to you, it might hit the news, right? They were childish and immature. They're going to have to settle with you. Yeah, something to do with the internet. They were trying to affect your credit, good or bad. There's messages and communications explaining what they were trying to do to you. Somebody's got this. They try to sacrifice you. Wow, you went through a lot of poverty. They're going through poverty now. They try to provoke you. You're getting some good news. They're feeling provoked now. They're provoking an emotional outburst. They're going to be facing debt. Congratulations. Okay. They wanted you in debt. You over here, you didn't fall for it. Whatever this is, it didn't work the way they wanted it to. They've done it before. I heard that loud and clear. They've done this before to you or other people. So this is, somebody's got a track record of hurting people for money, for gain, for, I don't know, shits and giggles, I heard. Wow. Somebody's a sicko. Sorry. I just had to put that back in there. Somebody's really... I don't want to say that, Spirit. Spirit says they're very undeserving of anything. So that's coming right from Spirit. It has nothing to do with me. I don't know what that means. Whether it's love, friendship, fealty, support, money, good health or wealth. I don't know. Or happiness. I don't know. They're not deserving of it. So happy, happy 26. Emotional outburst ahead. Inferno, witch and warlock. Yeah, it's a long time coming. They need to take accountability. Trying to slow something down so you go towards poverty, lack, and loss. They need to take accountability. What's the message, please, Spirit? Thank you. They're harvesting off you. Counting your money, watching and waiting. Looking back, should I keep going or should I just, take what's there and leave? They underestimated you. This is something to do with an investment. There's proof and evidence, or they need proof and evidence. They think that it's just going to fall in their lap or something. I don't know. Somebody's watching and waiting, though. Overarching energy, partnership, soulmate, harmony. Yeah. Letting go. Gaslighting. They partnered up to gaslight you, to play games, gaslight you, play mind games. You took the high road. You walked away. You didn't engage. You walked away from a partnership. Maybe now they're fighting, finger pointing, blaming one another. They don't want this conflict. You're not competing. You're not going to be, you're not going to be an option here. Truth and clarity is out. They're being exposed. This is illumination. You're happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. You're on your own. You're single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. You have 9 out of 10 pentacles. You could be a business owner. You don't have to be. Somehow, some way through your business, you're stable and secure, and you're speaking your truth, male or female, okay? Place the genders where it belongs. You're a truth speaker. You're not, they can't cloud your mentals here, okay? They tried. You have a higher perception. You see things from a higher perception or perspective. You speak your truth. You spoke your truth. You set boundaries. You cut people out. This could be you or someone else, okay, male or female. You could be a speaker of some sort. You're very discerning, astute, intelligent, wise, and intuitive. And you're not going to suffer fools gladly, okay? You're not going to mince your words. You're going to hear them out if they want to share something with you, but you're not, don't lie to this energy, okay? They tried to take your voice away. This is power of attorney, power and control. They try to devalue you, disempower you, make you suffer, make you sacrifice. For them? Yeah, I don't think so. This could be a doppelganger as well. Somebody speaking for you, thinking they have the voice or the right to speak for you. I don't think so. It could be a lawyer. It could be somebody speaking for you, wanting power of attorney. Somebody wanted it all for themselves, but it looks like they're not going to get it for themselves. Oh no, it's time to turn this around. This is somebody who's karmic, toxic, chaotic energy, greedy, selfish, jealous, lazy, commanding and demanding, and controlling and possessive. Yep, getting paid off of this money or from this money, or paying others to do stuff against you. This is greedy, selfish, materialistic, a gold digger and a cloud chaser, get rich quick schemes, right? This is somebody with a big ego. They have an image to uphold. It's a bully, very corrupt, materialistic, greedy and selfish, jealous of you. Two of them. It could be the same person or two people, male or female. Place the genders where it belongs. Very malicious, ruthless, and careless, and cruel, emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and immature, self-serving, and self-absorbed. Could be drinking. They're in their emotions right now. Could be a family member or somebody you have children with. Somebody's going down memory lane. People see that you're innocent. 6 of Cups here. You're getting your flowers. Yeah, they lied. No truth or clarity. Lies. No communication. Right? They lied. They did something too quickly, though. They didn't think before they acted. Wow. Somebody's got to take some sort of action. They lied. Somebody's a player energy. Knee-jerk reactions. This is a warlock or a player or poser. Somebody didn't do the noble thing. Okay? They didn't do the right thing by you. Somebody with authority who had no authority got their authority taken away. I don't know. But they didn't do the right thing. They had no morals, ethics, or honor. This is a follower, not a leader. They're a coward. They bit off more than they can chew. And they're angry right now. Why? Because they were willing to do whatever it took to win. People are walking away, taking on losses. Whatever this was, whatever they gained was only temporary. Because it was born out of ego, jealousy, pettiness, and cruelty. And people are walking away, and now they're left on their own, and they're worried. They can't eat or sleep, and they're burdened. Here we go. They were a glutton. They're worried that you're going to get wish fulfillment. And they were trying to block this. Or their wish fulfillment was to infect you with an STD. Or have people believe you have an STD. I don't know. Or they've got one. Take it for whatever it is. People are walking away. Egg all over their face. Yeah, they're getting karma. They wanted your destiny. Could be a sudden departure or a sudden arrival. They're being blocked. They don't know what to do. There's no contingency plans. They were trying to block your destiny. They wanted you to go back into another toxic cycle with them if you already had a cycle with them. Somebody's afraid to make a decision here. They're trying to block people from supporting you, being your friend, being your lover. From supporting you in any way, or they're blocking their own support. Yeah, they got to get, somebody's letting them go. They got to drop this. You're not taking on other people's burdens. You're unburdened. Somebody wants to unburden themselves? I don't know. Ending a cycle, though, that's for sure. Not obligated. Don't feel obligated. It is what it is. It's ending some sort of an obligation. Yeah, they're feeling sorry for themselves. Having a pity party. Feeling rejected and abandoned. Nobody wants to F with them. Whoever they are. They wanted the fast people and the fast life. Instead of the Holy Grail. Instead of this connection that you had with them. Or potential connection. Or this gift that the divine wanted to give them. It wasn't good enough for them. They wanted quantity over quality. Or they wanted the fast-paced life. They didn't want to work for it. They didn't want to go within and do some healing. Yeah, they're sad now because people see that you are innocent and you're getting your flowers. Yep, this is your family. Somebody you have a family with. Could be children, siblings, cousins, or a past life soulmate. You healed your inner childhood wounds. You're sweet. You've never hurt another soul here. Somebody could be wanting to reconcile with you. Yeah, this is a family. This is a long-term stability, long-term relations. This could be an inheritance or spiritual inheritance or a large amount of money, a legacy of some sort. Somebody's trying to avoid a tower moment. It could be a corporation or a family trying to avoid a tower moment. It could be time in jail. It could be magic going back on them. I don't know. Your ancestors are here. This is something that was done in the past generations. So your parents, their parents could have went through similar experiences. And it's going to end right now. Yeah. You overcame, persevered, you put up some boundaries. 9 of Wands. They're paranoid and very, very defensive right now. There's a lot of emotional woundings here. But, you know, they're blocked. They're blocked. They're paranoid because people are finding out they lied, they cheated, they stole. They're still trying to finagle or strategize a way to escape a situation. This is somebody that can't be relied upon. Can't be trusted. They're unfaithful. They can't come correct. They intercepted your money or your mail. They didn't pay you the money that they owed you. Whatever this is, they can't come correct. This is not their rite of passage. It's not their birthright. They can't slow you down any longer. They're lazy. This is conscious awareness. They try to stop your manifestations. You have all the tools you need for success. You're co-creating with the divine. As above, so below. You're very focused, or they're focused on you. They need to take accountability. They don't want to take accountability. This is somebody that's not committed. Whatever they try, they don't commit fully to anything. They just want. It's all temporary, right? This is conscious awareness. Somebody's taking some sort of action here. Why? They did too much. They did too much. You ended a cycle here. They need to go into recovery, and or they have to recover some sort of money, recover their work. They did too much. They want to take the swords out of your back. They want to put the effort in now. Yeah, working. You love doing what you do. You're very successful. You mastered your emotions and your craft, whatever it is you do for a living. You're very, you put a lot of time and effort in. Very diligent. This is self-love, true love. This is new beginnings, peace. It brings you peace, whatever you do. Somebody's in their emotions here. You have a lot of success. They did too much here. Whoever this is, they did too much. You are manifesting what you want, and now they want to take the swords out of your back that they placed there because you're successful now. And they want a piece of that. They want to say they love you now? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, poor judgment. Judgment, they're in their emotions because they're being judged. They try to judge you harshly based off of lies and misjudge you, and they're being judged harshly based off of the truth at the end of the day. Lack of awareness, acceptance, and accountability. They made some poor life choices. There's no second chances. They're getting karma. End of. They didn't want to take accountability. This was corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. This is a bully, a tyrant. They only cared about their image and what money could buy and what they looked like in front of their group. They bent to public pressure. They lost authority, had no authority, or abused their authority. And now you're getting your justice. Congratulations. It's a reckoning. It's karma. It's a balancing of the scales. Whatever was unbalanced is going to be righted here. Okay? Truth is spoken. Yep. This was unfair, unbalanced. They can't make this. They can't balance this out. They thought they'd make a profit off of you, but it turned out to be a loss. They dropped the ball on this. They have no options. They can't play games anymore. They can't keep this going. They talk shit about you. This was unfair. They wanted to destabilize you somehow, some way. Emotionally, mentally, verbally, and psychologically abused you. Because they were hoping... They wanted power and control over this money, this property, whatever this is over you. They were greedy and selfish. They're holding on for dear life. They didn't want to let go. It didn't belong to them. But this is a blessing in disguise because you found a way to provide for yourself and protect yourself. You are protected, or they're looking for protection through you. They want to come back in from out of the cold, or you found your way out from back in from out of the cold. You found your confidence. You got yourself out of poverty. This is financial ruin, spiritual jail. They tried to ruin you because they were greedy and selfish. I hear pedantic, whatever that means. Pedantic. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, they were spreading egregious gossip. There will be no reconciling here. They're parting ways with a group, cult, coven, secret society, friend group, third party, whoever this is. Yeah, they spread egregious gossip because they wanted to scapegoat you. So this is a family or a group that's going down. This is not a happily ever after. They bore false witness. They perjured themselves against you. They're in debt. They can't pay you. They can't pay you. They made some really stupid financial moves here. Didn't want to learn a lesson. Didn't want to put the work in. They were lazy and disrespectful. And they took a huge gamble and they lost. They didn't want to invest in you. They didn't want to pay up for this home, this property. You're stable and secure about this marriage. I don't know what this is. Could be a lost child or children as well. Somebody doesn't want to do the work. They don't want to learn their lessons. They just want to keep repeating lessons. They want to take the lazy route. Oh, really, Spirit? Why are you showing me this? Okay. It's just to show you this person really cuts corners in everything they do. They don't even wipe their ass correctly. That's what I just heard. This is a family. They bore false witness so they can get this property. They said you had addictions, you were crazy, can't handle your affairs. This could be your family. This could be somebody you were married to. It could be a false marriage as well, or it could be these authorities that handle these things. But this is disaster. Someone was very impatient. There will be no reconciling, no conflict resolution, no peace, harmony, or contentment. Somebody has addictions, obsessions. They went to extremes, inappropriate behavior. It was unbalanced. They can't balance this out. They're sick or unstable. It's a third-party situation, collaboration, or a contract. You're masterful. People are listening to you, maybe. Shining a light on this. Something to do with a contract. They were making plans or building something off of you or off of these lies. Thought they could elevate themselves off of these lies or with this fraud or whatever it is. Third parties walking away, contract. They want you to walk away from this contract. They're facing the unknown. There's a lot of lies, illusions, deception, manipulation, that's for sure. They got tempted. They got bribed. Could be blackmail as well. So a third party thought they could walk away after confusing everybody, after being tempted, after tempting everybody. This is a cover-up. A lot of confusion. They're going to be arrested. It's illumination. Wow, it's an arrest. You overcame. You let this go. You surrendered it to God, or they're going to have to surrender. This is illumination and truth. You overcame whatever this is. They can't slow you down. You're not wasting time, money, energy, or emotion with these people. They can't sacrifice you. It was all illusions. There we go. It's not a victory. This is a fail. This is emotional. This is emotional. This is public humiliation. They're hiding from the public. They've been exposed. Somebody's traveling here. They're trying to outrun DEAD or DEATH. So this is ending here. With the Phoenix rising, somebody could be transitioning. Expose that they were behind somebody transitioning. Yeah, they're scared. They lost control of a situation. There's proof and evidence. They need, I kept hearing earlier, proof of DEATH. Somebody needs proof that somebody's gone. This was an investment here. They were hoping to collect off of you or someone else, or they caused an unalive. They were hoping it was you, but it was somebody else. Somebody left you some money. This is disaster, catastrophe, going through a dark night of the soul. Somebody's going to be reaching out to you here. They're trying to hide and cloak communication. Wow. So they're hiding communication. Yeah, they got to let this go. They got to release this. Something's getting released. So people see clearly this was abuse. This was a crime. They were reckless and they endangered everybody. Yeah. You're at peace. You've healed. Somebody's been sitting on the truth for a very long time. They need to put something to rest with you. They're praying. They're contemplating and they're strategizing. Something to do with a mother and a child, because the stained glass window is a mother and child. Yeah, it's not wish fulfillment. They're ashamed of themselves. They're losing hope. They're sickened or injured. They're in their self-know. They have no faith. People are losing faith. Seeing through the illusions. People are trying to distance themselves. They can't attach anything to you. This is a non-binding contract if there's a contract involved. They can't attach anything to you or bind you to something that isn't yours, right? You distanced yourself. You peeped their game. You saw through the illusions and broke free. This is somebody that lied about you. They spread rumor, gossip, and slander. They were petty and they were cruel. They were jealous of you and they abused you and they targeted you. They could be stalking, harassing you right now. This is self-sabotage. News they don't want to hear. Or news you don't want to hear. They lied about having intimacy with you, a new beginning, new passionate opportunities, growth and expansion in their world. Or you're going to be taking some action here based off of, or people took the action based off of these lies against you. And you remained emotionally balanced, mature, and stable here. You used your intuition. You could be a mother. You don't have to be. You could be a male in this energy, but you used your intuition to get you by. You foresaw this. You saw this, you knew what was going on. You're not looking back. You foresaw this. Somebody's going to jail. This is self-imposed. They were trying to restrict you. You're still moving forward. Your ships are coming, and they wanted you bound. Yeah, by magic. Bound to this lie that you're a whore, that you're a bad person, that you're nasty and you're mean all the time, right? But they were doing magic. They were promiscuous. Maybe that's what they said about you. Like I said, I don't know, male or female, but this is a bully, a tyrant, They don't create, they destroy. They're not they're not independent. They're self-serving for sure. They're reckless, careless, and they were foolish. They took unnecessary risks. Yeah, they have no protection. So they were doing magic against you without protection. They made up allegations and accusations that were unfounded. They wanted to attack you. They have no defense. They have no protection. They wanted you to compete and fight with them so they could prove that you're off your rocker maybe. I don't know. You're feeling overwhelmed, defeated, stealing money. They can't block your money. They're losing money. Missed opportunities. This is not their blessing. Yeah, they stole money. It was all lies. This is a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath. They're very abusive. Pathological liar. They use you and they abuse you. They had no business, no authority speaking on your behalf or taking action on your behalf. This is somebody that's lost authority, had no authority. Very dangerous. Be careful. They stole a car. They wanted to. They can't go any further. They can't overcome this. They don't want to take accountability. They could have gotten into a car accident. Lied about traveling or moving. Somebody's out of control with their lies. Yeah. Ooh, so it is a leader. Somebody they had in their pocket. They were paying to pull this off. A warlock or somebody got into a car accident. Or the divorce or separation. Or it's a false contract. They gave out bad counsel. Lots of lies and illusions. A lot of magic here. They're afraid to... Something's moving forward here. They're very afraid. Lies, illusions, deception. They're in their emotions. You're highly intuitive. Something's picking up speed here. They're afraid to talk to you. They're afraid because you're still moving forward. Yeah. They're doing this magic here. Shit talk and unwise counsel. The secrets are coming out now. It's a fall from grace. They lost the position. Okay? Yeah, they're a gold digger and a cloud chaser. Wow. They're trying to impress the world by trying to take on your essence, trying to impersonate you. Someone who's very smug, full of themselves, selfish, a know-it-all and a show-off. They did not want you having wish fulfillment. They were greedy and selfish and jealous of you, materialistic and lazy. They wanted you going through, maybe you did go through a lot of financial instability for a while. They want to apologize now, or this is your child, or they were childish. People see that you're innocent. Yeah, it's a karmic situation. If you have a child, it could be a karmic child. It's an adult child, obviously. Somebody didn't use their higher wisdom and discernment, and they made some poor decisions. It was all one-sided, false contract, their way, the highway. It was stacked against you, whatever this was. It's a very karmic situation. It was meant to teach lessons. It's not a blessing, it's a lesson. No harmony, no peace. Yep, they kept doing this over and over again. It's come back to bite them in the ass. This is unfinished business. Their world is upside down. They made some poor decisions now. And now it's come home. The chickens are coming home to roost. They have no protection. It's not a victory. They have no protection. So whoever this is lost control because they were doing stuff, dangerous stuff, without protection, without knowledge maybe. They bore false witness as well. They were obviously involved with cults, covens, secret societies, and or organized crime of some sort. They got in deep, okay, whoever this is. You're happy. You have strength and courage here. You're resilient, integrity, loyalty, and honesty. Be proud. Be proud of yourself. Peace is here. Happy, peace and happiness. The divine stepping in. This could be the divine 23. It's the higher power. You could be spiritually high ranking. There's an emotional outburst ahead. It could be a marriage or commitment as well, or a contract. Phone call that changes everything. Now they want peace. They can't handle the smoke that comes along with this. Something to do with a soul contract. Everybody we come into contact with, every relationship we have is a soul contract of one kind or another. Soulmates, partnership, and spiritual union. You might be coming into a spiritually high-ranking soulmate connection. Somebody's facing the inferno here. This could be a higher level soulmate that went against you, against their better judgment, and they got demoted because we did see the Nine of Cups in reverse. Now they're relegated to karmic for the rest of their days, right? Chaos, job loss, everything crumbling. Something to do with a friend, witch, and warlock. It is what it is. They either lied and said you were a witch or a warlock, or they were dealing with them. Sicken them on you. Cults, covens, secret societies, practitioners, whatever. Trying to get you gone, I just heard. Wow. That's not nice. Why would you do that? Oh, right. Money. Ego. Control. Power. I get it. Wanting to be somebody that you're not. Like in the last read, somebody wanted to be you so very badly. Wanted to have what you had. Wanted to be able to attack life the way you do, or handle life the way you do. Where are we going with this, angels? What's a parting message for the collective, please? 4442. Signs, messages, guidance, intuition, awareness, signs, and abundance. Stay alert for signs and messages around you. By tuning into divine energies, you will be guided towards manifesting abundance and prosperities. So the signs are all around you. All you have to do is pick up on them and follow signs, okay? Patience, 11. 11 in tarot is justice. So you were patient. You knew you'd get it, right? Get your justice one way or another. Calm, reflection, understanding, timing, awareness, and thoughtfulness. Changes are coming in your life, and you need to be aware of them. Don't rush to conclusions before you have all the information. Taking your time will prevent harm to others and ensure thoughtful decisions. Now, this could be for you or whomever's involved. 8989. You are worthy. Self-worth, belief, and empowerment, letting go, confidence, and inner strength. You have a lot of that, by the way. You found your value and your worth, and it wasn't in other people's assessment of you. It was in your own assessment, right? Let go of limiting beliefs that hold you back. When you believe in yourself, you open doors to possibilities and growth. 23, creativity. Creativity, talents, joy, unique inspiration, expression, enjoyment. Embrace your creativity and talents to bring happiness into your life and those around you. Relax and start enjoying life. Your unique creativity can bring joy to others. So you're very helpful. I picked up earlier, you are a light worker. You're there to help others, for sure. You're a divine being. So whatever it is you do, keep doing it. 7722, ask for help. Support, guidance, connection, vulnerability, community, and trust. Remember, no one succeeds alone. It's okay to seek guidance and support. Embrace the strength found in community and don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it. This could have started in 2002, by the way. You were in the void, now they're in the void. It is what it is. Longing, technology, ambition, genius, forward thinking, stress, and depression. You have more control over your life than you realize. Learn and execute what interests you. Turn things around. It gets better with time. There are plenty of friends to make, so chill out, have fun, and open up and go outside. And that's what I'm going to do too. Somebody was at the crossroads, went to the crossroads and tried to F your world up, but they wound up succeeding in effing their world up. Don't play with this stuff. Leave this stuff alone. If you want to do magic, do it for yourself, to improve yourself, to help the world and improve the world. Don't do baneful magic. Don't harm. Don't take. Don't prevent. You know, you get in the way of destiny or fate or, you know, in God's work, you're barking up the wrong tree. Nothing, no good could come of it. And that's where these people are. They're in trouble right now. Congratulations. It's good things for you. Started off really well, and it's going to end very well. Happiness and peace. I heard fertility for some. So congratulations. I hope you like the reading. Until next time, take care.